So this is some big news. Davison Figueiredo has announced that he is suggesting. So it's not, it's not definitely going to happen, but this is a huge possibility. He's suggesting and he's throwing his name in the ring or the hat in the hat, if you will, of being next up for Alexandre Pantoja, because as we all know, Pantoja is running out of worthy or equal opponents. And after he made quick work of Kai Asakura, Figgy saw that and has mentioned that he could possibly move back down to flyweight and challenge Pantoja for the belt. This is big, and it's the reason why it's big is because I never, when thinking about how dominant Pantoja is, and I made a series of videos on how dominant Pantoja is, and I still stand by that. I never thought about Figueiredo. I never compared Figueiredo to Pantoja, and the funny part is, Figgy beat Pantoja. They already fought and Figgy won, and I kind of disregarded Figgy because I felt like Figgy made his move to bantamweight and never looked back. But it appears that Figgy is looking back, and it's not far fetched to do that because Figgy recently lost to Peter Yan, so his title shot dreams at bantamweight have been kind of crushed. Not totally. I think if Figgy continues to fight at bantamweight, I think Figgy's a lot better than a lot of the fighters at bantamweight, so he still has a good chance to challenge for the bantamweight belt. If he decides to stay at bantamweight and keep fighting, at that weight class. But he's also now weighing the option of moving back down to flyweight and challenging the flyweight king. And it's huge because I definitely would consider Figgy to be Pantoja's kryptonite. And I thought Pantoja was invincible. I really did. I thought, Pantoja's method of totally relying on his chin, moving forward, throwing a lot of wild, powerful overhands and hooks, and just laying on top of his opponents. I thought it was an unbeatable strategy against almost any flyweight. But I didn't consider the former flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo. And when you think about it, yes, we all have our kryptonite. John Jones seemingly may not have a kryptonite, but that's debatable. But I have finally found Pantoja's, and it is Davison Figueiredo. A guy that can hang with Pantoja on the ground, bring the fight back up from the ground if Pantoja were to try to take it there, and continue to strike at a faster pace than Pantoja, with greater output than Pantoja, and maybe even deal greater damage than Pantoja. I think that's Figgy's specialty, and I think Figgy is still sharp enough and skillful enough to do it, to dethrone Alexandre Pantoja, which I thought could never be done by any flyweight. So it's really just huge news, and it's a big aha moment for me, because I just never thought about Davison, but now he's here. Or he's not necessarily here. It's not for certain that he's moving back down to flyweight. He just spoke about the option of it, and I'm surprised because, like I said before, I felt like Figgy kind of made his move and never looked back, like an Aljamain Sterling thing, where it's I'm going to this next weight class. I've done everything there is to do at this weight class. I'm not coming back. But he's seeing how dominant Pantoja is, how Pantoja is getting rid of everybody in front of him. And this is just huge. It's huge for Figgy because Figgy beat Pantoja, and Figgy's skill set does seem to be Pantoja's kryptonite. But it's also huge for Pantoja because this could be a great comeback story for Pantoja And it could be a great example for the rest of the world from Pantoja, showing that Pantoja is unstoppable. Pantoja can evolve, and he will never lose again. If he beats Davis and Figueiredo, which is possible. It's not impossible for Pantoja to beat Davison. I will say that Davison's skill set does seem to be Pantoja's kryptonite when comparing the two skill sets, but we have also seen some evolution from Pantoja so far, because the level of striking that he showed against Kai Asakura, I would argue, is far better than he's shown in his previous fights. So I would also say Pantoja is evolving as well, putting new skills together, improving his striking. So, while it is quite a hill for Pantoja to climb, seeing, the two skill sets and also weighing in the fact that Figgy beat Pantoja already, it is still a climbable hill. It is still an absolutely climbable hill, and Pantoja could definitely do it. Pantoja could definitely evolve by the time he fights Figgy again. And if he can beat Figgy, oh man, that's huge. That is huge for Pantoja, because while it is still another win, just another win at flyweight and just another title defense, it's huge for Pantoja. Not just for, any fighter, but it's huge for Pantoja and his growth, because, like I just said, Pantoja lost to Figgy. So it just shows how he's able to turn things around, move on from where he previously was. And he's already showing that, because he's already got a number of title defenses already. And he's just so damn dominant at that weight class. And like I said, while a win over Figgy is just another title defense, it still shows tremendous growth. So I think it would just serve as a big warning sign to all flyweight fighters and all bantamweight fighters, because Pantoja's also eyeing a move to bantamweight to become champ, which is totally warranted, because Pantoja is running out of worthy opponents at flyweight. The guy is taking out guys left and right. And while I do believe there's still one more guy that can possibly test Pantoja, who's still at flyweight, which is Kai Kara France. If Pantoja gets past Kai Kara, there's nobody left. All that's left for Pantoja to do is just lap people, and that's really it. So I think, a move from flyweight to bantamweight for Pantoja after beating Kai Kara France is extremely great. And if Figgy comes back to flyweight and challenges Pantoja, and Pantoja beats Figgy, I think it's a full circle, absolute domination of the flyweight division, and I think it warrants putting Pantoja's name in the flyweight GOAT conversation. And I know DJ has done tremendous things at flyweight, but I still think if Pantoja's able to beat Kai Kara and Figgy, if Figgy was to make a return to flyweight and challenge him, I think Pantoja's name needs to be in the conversation for flyweight GOAT. But let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys. And I'll see y'all in the next.